Howdy guys, how's it going? So, it is Whiskey Friday once again, and I am very excited because the whiskey that I was going to get last Whiskey Friday that was sold out, they had it in stock. Not only did they have it in stock, they had it fully restocked. I just asked the guys, like, so, I know I tried to get this last week. He said we just got in 3 new cases, so I don't know how many's in a case, but I know the shelf was full. He said he had some in the back. But it is Old Forester. This is the, I'm assuming it's the lowest level Old Forester. But I've heard phenomenal things about this. A lot of you guys have recommended it to me. I've seen it circulated hello, Scooby-Doo. I've seen it circulated a lot around the internet. And for the price point, here in Virginia, after tax, it was only $22 for a fifth, 750 milliliters. So I'm hoping it really lives up to my expectations. I mean, I'm not, not mind-blowing, not like, this isn't something that's going to be pushing in, like $50, $60 whiskey territory or nothing like that. But for the price point, for what it is, 86 proof, it's supposed to be pretty solid. Plus, this is one that I really wanted to look into because I got buddies that, like, every now and then they mention wanting to try, like, some whiskeys and stuff that I've got and everything. And I know they're not going to take it serious, so this is one of those things that you could take and, and especially just introduce somebody new to. That's also another potentially good idea for this. But then again, at 86 proof, if somebody's getting new to something, unless this just ends up being extremely smooth and bland, you don't want to give them something bland. But my point is, you don't want to necessarily hit them with something that's 86 proof. That's not insane or anything, but you're better off sticking with the 80 proof, 40% just to, introduce somebody. But this bottle looks nice enough that you could easily pass this off as, a higher end whiskey to somebody that was asking for something more expensive that you knew didn't know what they was talking about or was not going to take it serious. Also, as I was leaving, as I was checking out, there was a new guy behind the counter, and I was talking to him. Like I said, he just volunteered information about the Old Forester and everything. So then I asked him if he would recommend something for next week. And he told me about this Courage and Conviction, which is an American single whiskey that's actually distilled in Virginia, where, the state that I live in. So he said they had some right there behind the counter. Apparently the bottles of this is around $55-$60, and this little bottle right here was only $2. So I told him to hook me up with this, so we're going to try this after we get it. Actually, you know what? We should probably try this first. It's a single malt, so it'll probably have a little bit more of a unique flavor profile. One thing I will do before I take and taste it, though, is I got the box right here. So yeah, Courage and Conviction, single malt. Hello, am I blind? American single malt whiskey. There we go. Get that in the frame right there. Try to get the light to where it's not absolutely destroying it. And the information on this is, with notes of caramel and butterscotch, our flagship American single malt evolves on the palate with hints of bright red fruit, raspberry, coca, barrel spice, and vanilla. The finish is creamy and exceptionally smooth, with the courage to create our own traditions and the conviction to remain true to ourselves and our home. Courage and Conviction sets the new standard for American whiskey, revealing the finest in the world. In Virginia's Blue Ridge Mountains. So, bro, this is close. This isn't Northern Virginia. This is like somewhere in my back door, and I hadn't even heard of it. So I'm really glad this guy recommended it to me. Like, if it's that close, then I might even go and do a tour of the distillery. Yeah, so it's native looked out the Blue Ridge colored hills. That's just about the Blue Ridge Mountains. So all that's good to go. So my nose, my allergies, bro. I'm telling you, my nose, the smell, given the smell notes, the smell impressions are gonna be way off. Okay. That right there has like an almost of a wine smell, bro. I do not like wine. It's crazy. Like, I'm surprised I'm able to pick up the smell that much. It's literally like, I don't know enough about wine. I've only tried like 8 different wines, so I mean, I've definitely not given it a fair shot. As far as trying wines, it's just I don't like the grapey dryness of wine whatsoever. That is strange, brothers. That is strange. Okay, let's give her a go. How are you supposed to drink out of this? It's got the tiniest hole I've ever seen. But okay, got enough to coat the tongue. Okay, it's interesting. It's got a very smooth. I get how it's interesting for them to be doing a single malt, like an American whiskey. Like when it comes to malts, I mean, I know they're probably trying to, as far as the marketing goes, take advantage of some of the hype around, single malt scotches and stuff. And I haven't looked into their processes, so I'm not even going to pretend to know how exactly they're distilling their whiskey. But since they're calling it American whiskey, I'm sure there's some tomfoolery there in terms of how the single malt aspect plays in. Okay, that right there, no joke, that is trying to be monkey shoulder, 100%. That is the closest thing to monkey shoulder I've ever tasted, aside from actual monkey shoulder. If you don't know what monkey shoulder is, it's a blended scotch. Haven't tried it on Whiskey Friday, but I've had 2 bottles of it in like the past, not long, because I turned 21 in May 12th, so I've recently, yeah. Anyways, that right there is not worth $50 for a bottle. I would not pay $50 for that. You can literally achieve the same thing. I mean, I'm all about supporting local distilleries and stuff, so I mean, I might cop a bottle for that reason and maybe gift it to somebody or something, but I just could not see myself now that I know. This is one of the smartest things you can do too, guys, is go and for something you want to try out, especially, you know, if it's over, let's say, the $30, $40 price range, if they got these little mini bottles. Like I said, if this bottle was 50, 60 bucks, this right here was $2, and it's glass. Main thing is make sure they're not in plastic. Any spirit company that's doing something that's over 30 bucks for a fifth should be putting them in glass anyways. So just keep that in mind. And this is actually, I think this is bigger than a standard sample size. I don't know where the box. Hello, where'd you go? We got, this is this is 92 proof as well. I didn't even see that. So yeah, that's a little disappointing, but it's still good. I mean, I would recommend if you just want to try something. Like I'm catching a couple different flavors that's not in monkey shoulder. Like, I wish I had something to compare it to. But there, I am picking up a little bit more of a fruity finish, with like with the slightest bit of nut to it. Like maybe like if you licked an unsalted almond, there's a little bit of that on the back end. But yeah, so would recommend, once again, there you go, that's what it is. I don't know how to do this with the camera because I'm going back to the original setup. I ain't doing the streaming thing for the Whiskey Fridays because the camera quality at the beginning is just not what I want it to be. But now, I'm going to refresh my palate. Might have to cut and go get some water because I don't think I got any, because I don't want to have that before that. So I will be right back. And we're back in action. So, going to the Old Forester. What the main point of this video is be, I probably should have saved that special whiskey, that other whiskey just after I'd done this one, because you guys might not have been interested in that one. But so we got the first bottle, the first bottled bourbon, Old Forester Kentucky Straight Bourbon. This whiskey is distilled by us only, and we are responsible for its richness and fine quality. Its elegant flavor is solely due to original finesse developed with care. There is nothing better in the market. George Garvin Brown, founder. Okay, 86 proof Old Forester bourbon on the back. Nearly 150 years ago, my great-great-grandfather, George Garvin Brown, was the first to seal his bourbon in a glass of bottle, ensuring consistency and exceptional quality. He felt so strongly in his convictions that he signed his name to it. Today, I am proud to add my signature as proof that our commitment to the Old Forester legacy lives on. Please drink responsibly. 750 milliliters, 86 proof. And like I said, I'm looking forward to this. We're going to crack a seal on it and see how it goes. I washed my palate off with water right there, so I ain't got none of that other do-jig right there, hindering. Now I know why that other one smelled a lot stronger at 96 proof, which makes a lot more sense. I'm probably going to actually go cop a bottle of that next time, just cause. But pour some of that out right there, let it aerate for a little bit. Got a little dribble down the bottle. That's always unfortunate. One thing that does immediately give away this is probably a cheaper bourbon or cheaper whiskey in general, is the fact that it has a screw top. So no cork, which is it's to be expected at only 22 bucks, but I still would like it'd still be nice to have a cork instead of a screw top. But then again, when it's sitting on a shelf like right there, it's not really noticeable from far away. It's just gonna be chilling right there. I really need to build me like a little whiskey cabinet for in here. But there we go. We got the caramel goodness. They didn't have any notes whatsoever on this, so we're going to be going in blind, boys. We're going in blind. The nose, It's very rubbing alcohol, unfortunately. I mean, there's always a hint, obviously, of like alcohol in whiskey because it's alcohol. But like, there was distinguishable like grape and fruity notes off of. I keep forgetting the name of it, bro. What is wrong with Courage and Conviction? I don't know. That's an interesting way to go with a name. I think this just needs to kind of aerate for a minute. And this is not a proper glass. I mean, a Glencairn would be the way to go. And maybe the notes are just evaporating immediately, and I should have just straight up stuck my nose in it and gave it the old hound dog. But no, that's working. Okay, this is legit. All I'm getting is a little bit of rubbing alcohol, like black walnut. Black walnut. I ain't being funny, but like a little bit of wet dog, not in a bad way, like not in an overpowering way, but just like a little, like a wet dog after it's mostly dry but still a little damp. And like some toasted caramel. It's like if you took a lighter and you had one of those like hard caramel candies and you like held it there for a second and you smelled it. That's really all I'm getting. So now let's go for gold, boys, and get a taste of her. Oh my, bro, the taste is so like so when you smell it, it's got a very, like I said, just almost like an acetone alcohol immediately, and it's still there. It's not going anywhere. And like those little, you know, the walnutty not burnt, but like toasted caramel, all that stuff's on like it's like buried underneath that acetone alcohol kind of smell. And I don't like using the word smooth, but there's like nothing, there's not a lot there. I can see why this would be a good go-to though, because I mean, one, you know, like I said, it's cheap and 86 proof. Let me swish it around a little bit. Just a little bit of coat of tongue, swish it around. I'm trying to pick it out. Like, I'm not getting a lot. I'm definitely getting that very light caramelness that you get with any bourbon, basically. There's definitely no walnut taste or anything. Just that little bit of caramel. Like, dude, this is one of those things where you could easily just swallow. Like, you could down that whole bottle in one go of it. That's how, like, gentle it is. Like, I don't want to say it's smooth, because there's definitely a little bit of bite to it, and there's definitely some flavors there. I'm just having a hard time picking them out because it's caramel, and there's a couple things buried. Okay, look, okay. So like I'm getting a little bit like almost like a sunflower seed, like the shell of a sunflower with no salt, like an unsalted sunflower seed. It's got like a little bit of that on like the back left and back right side of my tongue. What is that other thing? It's not fruity, it's not nutty, but it's something. I got it. Okay, I got it. Okay, bear with me. I swear I'm not being funny. Have you ever took, it might be hard for some people to relate. I don't know if this is, like bourbon corn, this might be a corn, anyways, I don't know if corn's involved, but not regular corn, not like sweet corn or anything. It's like, if you've ever had hard, like, so, you know, when corn sets out, like, they're gonna make it, you know, it dries, Indian corn, all this other garbage. So if you ever, like the corn you feed animals, you feed deer, all that good old stuff, if you ever had a hard piece of that corn and chewed on it, that's what it is. So that's nice. I mean, it's not bad. Like I said, it's $22 Bro, I mean, I would take this over Jim Beam for sure. I mean, and Jim Beam's in a lower price, it's still even lower. And still, it's a little bit different too, so like, you can't necessarily compare it, but I still need to try Four Roses, which is probably, like, I see this compared a lot to Four Roses and even Buffalo Trace was strange. I haven't tried Buffalo Trace, but I feel like it should be in a completely different bracket in a way, based off of like what I've seen about it and everything. But anyways, guys, there you go. That's Old Forester and a Courage and Conviction. Forgot the name again. So I would highly recommend it, honestly, for the price point. Try it. There's no reason not to. It's 22 bucks for a full bottle for a full 750 milliliters. So there you go. So now we are going to take and hop into some Modern Warfare and see how she blows. Oh shoot, Al's hitting it with grind. I don't know what weapon class I want to use right now, but in the tips of my toes, I'm kind of feeling like rocking the old Model 680 with slugs. You already got gunfire going down in the background, but it's just starting. I'm probably going to be lagging, to be honest, because of the time of day that it is. But we'll deal with it accordingly. Let's take and get everything squared away in the mute section. This first, just going by week. I need to start practicing playing with my sunglasses on. Oh my God, we're gonna slam them. We're gonna slam both of them. They ain't stand a chance, baby. Let's get a. I'll drink to that one. But it's so tempting to just swallow all that at once, because that is way too easy. I mean, that would be a very solid go-to, because it's just. Like, cause I get it now. Like as I'm sipping on it, thinking about it, it definitely the flavors that are in there are holding up a lot longer. So it's because like with Jim Beam, and this is, I mean, it's a budget thing. You know, it's about like, it's just about the price point actually matters in a lot of cases when it comes to spirits. With whiskeys, like when it comes to vodka and stuff, doesn't really matter. Where's this pussy at? Oh, I disagree. Oh my God, he's up top. How am I alive? Okay, well, screw him. I completely lost my train of thought right there. But oh no, so like compared to Jim Beam, like Jim Beam kind of loses its, like, any character that might be in it at the very beginning, and then it seems like your mouth gets coated in like this thick, just unpleasant like caramelness, and it's like the caramel isn't even available as a flavor. It's just like the dye they use in it, the coloring. And this doesn't have that yet. Like, and I'm going off of what would be like in the same amount drunk of Jim Beam in order to get that same the unpleasant tongue coatedness. And it hasn't got there yet. This is like, it's lighter in a good way, but it's thick is definitely not the word. It's more robust. It's definitely more robust than Jim Beam, but it is a little bit more expensive. But very slightly. Very slightly. We gotta see. This is also my first game on of like the day, so that matters too. That really matters. This is a warm-up match and a whiskey sipping match. I didn't even see that guy. Where I have my sunglasses on, he straight up blended in with that cinder block wall right there. Gonna pop him. No, Model 680 slugs, one of the best things ever. I've been falling in love. I'm probably gonna end up getting this thing Obsidian, to be honest, because it's so I'm having fun using it. That's the thing. Like, I don't. It's one of the first things that I've really had a lot of fun using in a while. You know, it's like I'm not just doing it to do it. I'm doing it. I'm using it because, like, well, I feel like that's the same guy I keep getting hit markers on. Oh, there's the lag. There's the lag. Yep, NA. Not applicable. There is no internet. There is no connection. I'm just straight up skipping to my loo in front of a goddamn den of tigers with some sausages tied around my neck. See, look, right there, that slug went right through that man's uvula. The little dangly doojig in the back of your throat. You guys know what I'm talking about. Hit over to the right. Boom. Got the skinny chick. No, we didn't. We got the guy. And there we go. We got the skinny chick right there. Ain't nothing but a thing. Got guys popping up in behind us. They think they know what's going to happen, but they don't. Gonna shut them down with a solid 1.5 to 2 ounces of lead to the body, to the upper torso. That's how I like to see her. Bro, I'm about to down the rest of this little Old Forester right here, though. Let me tell you. Oh, right there it is, right in the noggin. Getting slug shots to the noggin. I mean, there ain't no grown man on the planet can take a 12 gauge slug to the forehead without taking and feeling, at least having a little bit of a headache. Oh, we got one slug in. And a hit marker, teammate. You better finish that chick off, because she's down to be flipping she's feeling it. Let's just put it that way. She's definitely feeling it. You know, I kind of, after doing that first whiskey and then doing the second one and then doing the gameplay, I really hope this video isn't like too long for most people's enjoyment. So if you've already made it this far in the video, kudos to you. I want you to put American Panda in the comments section if you made it this far. You're a goddamn legend. I know all my OG homies that hop in the streams and such. I know I'm gonna see y'all in the comments typing American Panda, but for anybody that's new, make sure you do it. Let me know who's watching this far in. This balls deep into the video, because flipping cheers to y'all. Also, keep these suggestions coming. Keep the suggestions coming for Whiskey Friday, because I'll put them on the list if I haven't tried them. And I appreciate that as well, because I really like getting some insight into what you guys like, what you guys have tried. Hello, Jesus Christ. M19 set up for the win. Okay, I didn't even see that guy. I think he just like come out of that. Is that plywood or was that particle board? Let me look. These things don't matter. That looked like a piece of plywood and a piece of particle board, so I guess there's no way I could be wrong in my assumption there. Bro, that's nice. I like that. I like that. It's got a. Now that it's like just been setting for a minute, I'm starting to get like a little bit of a not pear, but not apple, but almost like a hybrid of the two. It's like you had an incestuous relationship between an apple and a pear that was related to one another, and you didn't have the sweetness, but you just like cut it open and licked it. There's a bit of that going on right there in the background for sure. So that's interesting. See, that's one of the things I love about whiskey. It's not just about drinking, bro. It's about like having different spirits from different parts of the world that's been developed, different processes, aged different times, aged in different casks, just developed in different ways. And then not only that, but just how it develops over time. Even and that seems to be the thing that I'm experiencing with the cheaper stuff is like. And by cheaper, you know, anything, I'm mainly referring to like the $30 to $40 price range, because that's when you start to get into, like, that's when you start to stick a toe into like the beginning of some complex flavors and a diverse range of flavors per one spirit. But it really has the ability to transition into something completely different in a relatively short amount of time. And I need to do some more reading up on the science of how that part of it works. I disagree. I don't think that bullet should have hit that guy that I just slammed. Where am I? Sunglasses, you failing me, baby. You failing me. The lights are glaring off the glasses, and it's a hard road. But yeah, very enjoyable. I mean, that's one of those. This is one of those that you could like come in after a hard summer day work, of mowing or working outside, doing whatever. And with no, like, I mean, I don't like ice anyways, like in my drinks. But especially if you wanted something cold and refreshing, you could throw some ice in that. Get you, you get your cool beverage, you get you something that's going to take and relax your hair. And yeah, I mean, for me personally, me with no ice, that would be plenty refreshing after coming in, just to sip on, grab you some nifty cold water, cool water. Then, down you a bit of that, get you hydrated, and then sip on some of this, a solid 2-finger pour. And just chillax after a hard day's work. Have you a well-deserved dram of the bourbon. Very good option. I'm gonna enjoy sipping on this on stream too, because I'm glad I got this. I'm not gonna be buying it anytime soon again, because I'm not gonna need to. And I'm gonna continue my exploration. I really think High West might be my next one, because it's right now. It's between High West and Four Roses for this next on the list, and then after that I'm going to start getting into more that you guys have recommended. I would love to get some Buffalo Trace, bro, but it's just blew up in popularity so much. I mean, I've been seeing it on the Joe Rogan podcast, the Whiskey Tribe, the Whiskey Vault. Those are the two same things, the Whiskey Tribe, Whiskey Vault. So if you like whiskey, check those guys out. Those guys are nifty. And they really, they know what they're doing as far as the whiskey stuff goes. I'm what they call an amateur that likes to pretend that he knows what he's doing. But I enjoy it. It's not something I'm trying to... Where'd this guy go? Oh, lag. Don't do it. Lag? What? I'm at the bottom of the league, but I've seen this happen every time I do Whiskey Friday. But, I mean, we have slight impairments. So, I mean, we have somewhat of an excuse. This match is about over. We're having a good time. We are positive. The connection's been, for whatever reason, the connection's been mostly good. I mean, we had a hard time right there for a second, but we're coming back hot and heavy, baby, hot and heavy. And you know, like I said, the longer that sits out, I'm about to finish this a little bit. It's been sitting out, and it's only been sitting out for like maybe 15 minutes now, but it's starting to evolve a little bit and starting to get more of like a fruitiness on the finish. So maybe I've been better off. I mean, these are still, you know, gaming videos, so it's like I'm not trying to do like a full. I don't know. Who knows? In the future, I might start doing Whiskey Fridays on the ProCaliber HQ channel and actually make it like a featured video where we explore the whiskey in more detail, more depth. We allow time to pass, trying it out. If that's something you guys that are really into the Whiskey Friday would be into, then please let me know in the comment section. And then again, also a good time to shout out, I got a shooting channel and my ProCaliber HQ channel. Links in the description for that if you haven't went over there and subscribed to those to check those out. Because that's more, I mean, that's all IRL stuff. The shooting channel is obviously shooting stuff, and the ProCaliber HQ channel is just like vlogs, just anything I decide to do personally. And a big thank you to everybody that's already went over there and subscribed and checking that content out. Because that stuff, that's going to ramp up a lot once fall and winter gets here, because I am a cold weather individual. I like it cold. I like my nipples to be hard. It's a whole thing. But anyways, guys, that is going to conclude this here Whiskey Friday. So, thank you all for watching. We'll say it again. Be sure to hit me up in the comment section. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share your friends. And until the next one, adios.